Well, guys, I finally, after 2 years, got my wheel loader here. I don't know the year model yet, but it's a Hough Model HH. It's 4-wheel drive, planetaries all the way around it, has rear steer, massive bucket. I don't even know what the lift capacity is. I haven't looked up the specs, but I guarantee it's a lot. Yeah, you can barely read it, but it says Hough Payloader Model HH. Lots of iron in this machine. Tires are old and dry cracked, but they hold air. One of them goes down after 10 or so days, but not worried about that. It does run and drive. It needs a lot of little stuff. I need to hook the vacuum line back up for the brakes. I think it's got to have the water neck up there resoldered. It has a water leak up there, and you can sell the wiring. It's a mess. It doesn't have an ignition on it. You just touch two wires together to start it. I've got the battery charging right now. There's the battery cover. I do not have these side covers, and I don't have the front ones either, but the guy that I got the loader from said he does have these. He'll send somebody down here with him because he's up in Colorado. This line needs to be replaced. It leaks, which that's not that big a deal. I've got one to put on that Ford I just blew today. It had some sort of rippers or something, I'm assuming, on the back, or maybe a crane, I don't know. It's got a big, I believe it's a Hercules flathead 6-cylinder. I need to put the exhaust on it. It has no pipe or muffler. The original old huge belt. It needs a good going over, check all the fluids and stuff, top everything off, but I mean, it can be used now technically, but it needs a lot of stuff to make it reliable. The alternator's not working. It's either not wired up or something, I don't know. I'm probably going to just put a one-wire alternator on it and be done with it. There's where the vacuum line for the brakes hooks up. You can see there's the steering knuckle. That's been welded on a bunch and repaired, but it works. I'm not really sure what that is. Some sort of what used to be a brake line, I don't know. There's a steering knuckle. Look at that thing. Massive. But I intend on putting a ladder on here so you can, I guess it'll have to hang off of this. I know some have a ladder. This part moves, but that top piece there doesn't. So I can hang a ladder off of there and be all right. That's the cover that goes over the battery box. I'm charging a battery for it right now since the alternator don't work. Pretty good sized fuel tank. It goes from down inside of there all the way up to the top, and the gas cap's up there. Shuttle shift, that's forward, neutral, and reverse, and I believe on the other side it's 1, 2, and 3. I'm not sure if this is like a steering brake, or I'm not really sure what that is. It might even be a pedal for auxiliary hydraulics. There's your e-brake. Them two levers there, the short one there with that knob on it is your bucket curl, and that long one is your loader arms up and down. This, also not sure, it's another brake or clutching system or something. This has to be for some auxiliaries. And on that side is an actual brake and throttle pedal. I don't know if it had some kind of rack on here or something. I got an eye welded in there for a chain hook. I'm going to assume this is your indicator for your, well, it was your indicator for your bucket. That's supposed to be welded here. I may put it back on there. Be nice to know where it's at because you ain't going to be able to see it from up there. But anyhow, guys, there it is. It's a big old loader. And I mean old. I'll find out. I'll get the serial number and stuff. I'll find out what year model it is. I'm not 100% sure on the engine, if that's a Hercules or a Waukesha engine. I'll do a little more research on that. You know, there's, what does that say? Molly iron? Huh. DD44 or CD44. It's got to have some kind of plate on it saying what it is. But we unloaded it yesterday and it starts right up, runs good. Of course, it's a little loud with no muffler on it. The brakes are kind of tough with the booster not being hooked up. I love that ground. Missing a nut here. The hub for the fan is greasable. This thing, everything almost is on it is greasable. Yeah, this inside of that is spline, so it could run. And there's even the bolt holes for a hydraulic pump. Not a very big starter, but it's got a massive carburetor. Look at the size of this thing. It's probably got a 2.5 or 3 inch opening on it. The original fuel pump, you can see the old gas and stuff, it's not hooked up. That's your primer lever, I'm assuming. Obviously the air cleaner's not hooked up. These are the 2 wires you touch together to start it when the battery's hooked up. And they just have an electric fuel pump on it for right now to get it to run, which it works. So, yeah, it's a big old piece of equipment, big heavy thing. I want to say the weight of it is like, I want to say it was 23,000 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. But she's all there. There's the locks for the cover that goes on. There's several of them. It might have been like a 2 or 3 piece side panel that went on it. I'd like to put them back on if I could. And rear facing lights, I don't know if they work. Hadn't tried them yet. The headlights, I don't know if they work yet. All the rams look good. Don't look like they've been leaking or anything. Of course, everything on this needs to be greased. All the fluids need to be gone through. One of the planetaries has already, I believe it was this one, has been apart because it doesn't have bearings in there. It has brass bushings, and one of them was in bad shape. I think it's the other one on that side. You'll be able to tell by the silicone. No, ain't neither one of them. Maybe it was that one on that side. I was thinking it was the rear one. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, the bushings and spindle had broke, and the wheel was leaning over like it had a bad bearing, but come to find out it was a spindle, so that's been repaired. One of the brakes doesn't work. Well, it works, but it leaks, and it could probably be just blocked off because this thing's heavy enough. When you pull it out of gear, it pretty much stops. Now, if you was on a big hill, probably not, but I'll try to get that fixed too. We'll make a few videos about this thing, but right now I'm going to try to get it to where I can fire it up and move it, because I don't need it sitting right here, and probably put it on the line with the rest of the stuff. But y'all go check out my channel. You'll be seeing more of that thing. I intend on keeping that and hopefully putting it to work. That little Ford, I think I have it sold. I'm not 100% sure, but I got to do a little more work on it. I was moving it earlier and I blew a bucket curl hose. It just popped. The minute I parked it, it just blew. So I may go ahead and replace both of them for the bucket curl, and then at least them are replaced. The rest of them don't look bad, and that one didn't look bad. I don't know what caused it to blow. It just had a weak spot or what, but that's how it goes sometimes. So hope y'all enjoyed that video. Sorry if I was moving around a bunch. This particular video is on my phone, so it won't have any editing. I'm just gonna upload it as is. So I hope y'all like it, and we will catch y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.